China. The Chinese have long been known for their wisdom. But do you understand their feeling toward management? China introduced functions of management, advisory staff, specialization, and HR management. The ancient records indicates that the Chinese were aware of certain principles bringing on organizing, planning, directing, and controlling. Over thousands of years ago, we find in China concepts that have contemporary managerial ring, organizational function, cooperation, procedures to bring efficiency, and various control techniques. From about 2350 to 2256 BC, made constant use of every emperor advisory staff by consulting them every major decision. The staff principal meeting with the emperor's top cabinet officers throughout his kingdom, seeking their advice on how to open all doors of communication between the court and the empire, so that he could see with the eyes and hear with the ears of all his subjects. Specialization. Specialization was also emphasized by the ancient Chinese in that each of the crafts was hereditary and an artisan was committed to his industry for a lifetime. The artisans lived together in special districts, separate from the remainder of the citizens so that they could easily learn their trade in the absence of distinction. The scientific selection of workers by means of examination was started by the Chinese government. Because the clerks and the officer were unable to read the edicts and laws, a system of examination were given by the government positions to them whom scored the highest, and his system has been following by the HR department in the organization. Greece. The Greeks, rising to power somewhat later than the Chinese, Babylonians, and Egyptians, exhibited a real skill and capacity for management. Greece introduced scientific method, consultation, and use of motion in the management. Scientific method. The Grecian civilization we find the origin of the scientific method. History became the Greek word meaning search for true knowledge by questioning all kinds of knowledge and ideas. The Greek discovered the research point of view, introduced scholarship and science in many spheres. The influence of the scientific method on management is obvious. These types of inquiry was later to become the ultimate goal of such men as Frederick W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, Frank B. Gilbert, and a host. Consultation. The Greeks developed a new type of city government, the polis, which encouraged a free exchange of ideas. The polis provided practice and experience in open discussion, and through it, the Greeks furnished positive examples and ample evidence of the values of that process, which in management we refer to as a consultation or consultative supervision. Use of motion. The Greeks early recognized the principle that maximum above output is achieved through the use of uniform methods at stipulated tempos. Thus, they introduced rhythm, standard motions, and work tempos by working in harmony with music. When to these advantages we add the positive psychological effect of music, we can understand why the result was an increase in output and a decrease in wasted effort and fatigue. Rome. Roman gained control over an estimated 50 million people with a single-minded determination and superior management talent. But Mismanagement is the causes of downfall of Rome. But the very fact that they built a governmental and military structure of such giant proportion and operated successfully is attributed to their superior and advanced management capacities and abilities. The conquest of new territories and people Roman make a far-flung empire and making mistake to control it. Then Diocletian become the empire and applies new system of organizing which emphasizes and successive delegations of authority. He divided the 101 provinces into 4 major geographical areas and provided one title of Augustus and 2 title of Caesar and rest for himself. Diocletian's aim was to strengthen and solidify imperial authority. Today's managers are applying some Diocletian principles of organizations when they employ a graduated system of central control in an effort to stabilize central authority. Roman farm management. Cato and Varro's Roman farm management would be profitable to today's farmer regardless of how practiced or scientific ones might be. Cato advised that when the owner could observe 3 things: how the work was progressed, how the work has been done, what remains to be done. When workers didn't work for bad weather, Cato advised the owner to do such as cleaning out the burns, shortening the grain, cleaning seats, and mending gear. And Varro highly said for the selection of farm hands. Early military contribution. A brilliant military strategist, Cyrus Vanquished, the king of the Medes, then integrated all the Iranian tribes whose skill at fighting on horseback gave his army great mobility. His contributions now used in management in every spheres. He first introduced the theme addressing subordinates by their name. He believed that leaders, whatever their professions, are wrong to allow distinctions of rank to flourish within their organization. He introduces need for order placement, uniformity of actions, motion study, principles of division of work, unity of direction or command, need for teamwork, coordination, principle of universality of management, staff principle. Uniform methods. The use of motion study and uniform methods are found in this era. In the 6th century, it shows that the advantages to be gained using uniform methods of performing tasks, indicating in detail how squads are assigned to tents and precisely how the men should arrange all the articles of and arm themselves in the least amount of time and without confusion. Staff principle. The staff principle in the military organization is as old as war itself. The first significant indications of the use of the staff system occurred during the reign of Alexander the Great, 336 to 323 BC. The commanders attained outstanding victories by the thinking of before battle staff planning. The commander's staff helped in formulating plans, outing them in writing, and coordinating the subordinates in their activities. Unity of command ordination. Cyrus, as a military leader, gave his orders to those to whom he assigned their places. He addressed each of them by name. By this, he gave the honor to the commander under him, also encouraged the men. He divided the team member and made one personnel as a chief commander who gave him command who is under him. It created accountability. In the meantime, we can see for success in management, A plan of completely coordinated plan requires collective and coordinated staff effort. Discipline, delegation of authority, recognitions of line, and staff distinctions, all important in management, have been borrowed in many instances from the military.